Talking about landscape painting, there are a few things I want to talk about, share about that. What is a landscape? If one wants to define a landscape, In realistic terms, there is a still life, there is a portrait, there is all kinds of subject matters. So still life and portrait is something which is very close to you, and something you can say away from 10 feet or 15 feet away from you can be defined as a landscape. Now it might be mountains, it might be rivers and outdoor, it could be a cityscape, or it can be even an interior of a building. But as far as I am concerned, anything that is 15 feet and away from me is a landscape. Now talking about being a landscape painter, when somebody paints a landscape, it is not just what I see, but it is more of a experience of what I see. So experience in the sense, when I talk about experience, is if I'm sitting in Varanasi, if I'm sitting in Himalaya, I'm just moving around in a city or anywhere, I am experiencing the whole scenario with all my 5 senses. Okay. So I paint what I see, but at the same time there is a noise of the place, there is a smell of the place, touch of the place. All these sensory perception contribute to what I am painting. So what I am painting actually is not just the scene, but the experience, my experience of that scene. Obviously it's a visual experience, but combined with all 5 senses. So for a landscape painter, being in the outdoor, taking that experience is very important. So my advice, if you ask me, to students, like what we have been doing for a long time, we always painted plein air. So plein air was like a 3-dimensional, full-fledged experience of the place. And once you do it for many years, then you can always click photographs, do sketches, bring them back to your studio. So you are actually recreating the whole experience back in your studio and then use it as a reference. That is one major aspect of the traditional realistic landscape painting. Then going beyond that, there is a lot of experimentation one can do, like move into little abstraction, move into stylization, and so recently I've been doing a series on cityscape where it is more of a non-objective painting. One can call it abstract or non-objective or stylized or whatever name they can give it. But that is more of a seeing something, and actually this can also be related with subconscious dream state. So when I'm sleeping, before sleeping, all these images are just moving in front of our mind, and you see the entire relationship between the shapes, and there is some interesting aesthetics. So similarly, those kind of images can be called as abstraction of nature or abstraction of a cityscape, and one can try and do all sorts of experiments with that. That also can be defined as a extension of landscape. I think that's all. Thank you.